All right, guys, we are back. Up next, we have Drake is sad. Yo, Drake has had a rough year. It's been a rough year. Oh man, it's like honestly, anything he's gonna do is gonna get like clowned, whether it's good or bad. But yeah, shout out to Jamari for the video. Again, this is Drake is sad. Yeah, jump right into the video.
So at this point, we're officially a month removed from the climax of the Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef. For
Wow.
Kendrick, he has mostly been silent, other than an appearance that he made back in his hometown of Compton.
This was dope. This was like such a dope thing to do. Other people after like a rap victory, or you out in the club, you celebrating, you doing whatever. This guy is like giving speeches at graduations in his hometown. Legend.
Where he gave a surprise speech during a graduation at Compton's community college.
I'm proud of y'all. I'm proud of the city of Compton. I'm proud of Compton College. You know, y'all had a
That came from the heart. I don't think that was really written.
lot of hardship, not only in your house, in your communities, but most importantly, within yourself. And that's the toughest thing to overcome. And when I walk out in these cities and these countries, I could be proud and say, this is where I'm from.
Other than that, it has been radio silence from the victor of this beef.
Yeah, right now, man, he's cooking up probably. It might be arguably his best album. Who knows? After coming off of what he just came off of, I know like the creative juice has got to be flowing. You know, as a producer, I know when you're on riding that like high off of just he's been killing it obviously for a minute, but I just feel like, especially after that beef being how monumental it was, he knows how big like this album needs to be, you know, especially to like cap off that whole thing. I doubt he's gonna throw any shots. When it comes to him, he's definitely like a big concept artist. I'm just excited for whatever he's gonna drop. It's gonna be super, super dope.
But for Drake, you could pretty much say the exact opposite. He has been back to posting his sassy captions on Instagram. First, we got this gem where he says that the only yes man around him is his Rolex dealer. He also took some time to hit the Dallas Mavericks with the classic Drake curse. And he also—
Yeah, man. Like, I want to say if Drake puts out a wager and it's on your team, I'm sorry, guys.
also posted this photo at his son's soccer game of himself, saying that goats don't worry about—
What's crazy about this is that this looks like a photo op. Like he's using his like son's game as like, you see, I am a good dad and I'm around and stuff like that. But he definitely got like a professional photographer to come down and shoot this. You know what I mean? Which is crazy. Everyone else is like in sweatpants and t-shirts. Obviously, if he were to come like that, people would say that, oh, he's depressed or he's whatever. You know what I mean? Like, oh, he hasn't been the same. But yeah, it's just crazy. But I guess damn if you do, damn if he don't, you know? I feel like whatever he did was gonna be clowned.
One-trick ponies. To me, this post, along with everything else Drake has done since waving the white flag, has the same energy as a woman who got broken up with and keeps posting onto her Instagram story that she swears she's not hurt.
She's having the time of the life and stuff like that. Meanwhile, she's at the crib crying.
She swears she's out having fun at the club. Maybe she posts some messages she's gotten from thirsty guys in her DMs. All while still throwing shots at said ex she apparently could care less about. The other thing about this photo is that Drake is seemingly wearing the same outfit that Kendrick wore on the cover of Mr.
Holy mackerel. Man, the internet's undefeated. I don't know how I didn't remember that. I really like this album.
Morale. And while some might just see this as a big coincidence, I feel like when it comes to Drake, everything is very intentional. Also, who's out here letting Drake around kids? I hope his buddy Baca isn't around. People also speculated that the caption here was obviously a dig at Kendrick, with a reference to an old movie called One Trick Pony, where the premise reads, Jonah is a once popular folk rock musician trying to put together a new album in the face of an indifferent record company executive and a talentless producer. At the same time, he's trying to save his failing marriage. So I guess that's the angle that he seemingly still wants to run with, is like bad husband Kendrick. Like at this point, Drake is putting more thought into his Instagram post and outfits than he did his final response, which by the way, he has deleted from his—
the most defeated sounding diss track ever. Bowed out ungracefully.
Instagram page, as well as every other post involving this beef. To many people, this was him officially bowing out of the beef. You know, I thought it was J. Cole who was saying that he might delete later, but it's looking like Drake is going to take that path as well. Now, speaking of Drake's best diss, Family Matters, which is actually very good.
It was just, the energy was sucked out the room when Kendrick dropped his like a half hour later, you know what I mean? Like, still no chance. It changed, it shifted the energy. The sound of the track is completely different. Maybe if they would have let the track marinate, it would have, you know, it would have went on a longer run. But he pretty much squashed it within that half hour. Changed the whole conversation.
We did get some intel into how Kendrick was basically waiting for Drake to drop a track so that he could step all over it with Meet the Grams, and of course the instant classic, Not Like Us.
I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna give you some real insight as you hear this first.
It's crazy because he hit him with a back-to-back, you know?
They dropped Family Matters, and I text him, I'm like, this ain't it. He's like,
at all.
I'm like, this ain't gonna get it. I was like, man, it's time to step on his head. He was like, say less. I'm thinking we just text. It ain't nothing deep like that.
It's crazy. You haven't seen Problem in forever.
Right. I go to the bathroom. I come back. The motherfucking song is uploaded. I text him like, nigga, you already... He's like, man, I've been waiting for this nigga to drop something. So he didn't even know what he was going against. Man, Drake shot a video and all this shit, man.
That boy was at the Dodge crib. Caravan.
Boom. Boom. You listen. Suck.
That was pretty dope to get like a lookalike truck or lookalike van, better said.
The life out of the whole moment for Drake.
Sometimes you just gotta know what to do and what not to do.
So as many predicted, Kendrick had that song waiting on deck, and I would have to assume the same about the kill shot that everyone and their mothers have been dancing to.
International.
And yes, I know Drake will be fine and still have a very successful career, but the optics of this, to me, have done damage to his career that...
As a creator, I see the comments, man, and when it's something about him, yeah, it's a stark contrast to like probably any other time in his career.
He can never really brush under the rug. You got kids dancing along to this song. And college bands playing it in unison at pep rallies.
Yeah, this is crazy, man. I'm telling you, man, that record was a moment. That record was definitely a moment, man. Like, historical moment in rap.
In contrast, Drake would make an appearance at a pool party where he would look incredibly uncomfortable as they played.
He looks... I want to pick the perfect word. He looks glum.
His older record with Sexy Red.
And they both look distraught.
Now let's be honest, had the DJ decided to play Not Like Us, yes, it would have been a legendary moment, but I feel like that night he would have been murdered by Drake and his team. We know this is a fact because his in-house producer and right-hand man Novio 40 allegedly threatened a Toronto DJ named
40 supposedly super plugged in, man. Super plugged into the streets.
Named DJ Cypher Sounds after he decided to play the Not Like Us record in Toronto.
So I'm in Toronto, I get a DM from 40. He said, how about I go to your city and play a song where someone calls you a and he goes, I knew you never liked us. You act nice, but you're really a bitch. When I see you, I'm gonna smack you in the mouth.
So you know his camp is also feeling the heat.
I mean, if he says he's gonna do it.
Either way, the crowd here looks completely dead, as most of them stare at Drake as if he's some sort of animal at the zoo.
I want to say Kodak was there too as well, which is crazy because they had beef before. So, yeah, he's just like, yo, man, I'm just trying to have a good time. He just look at his face though. The energy he looks defeated. Obviously, like anytime he posts, he's like now at this point, it's like he's in the point where he posts something and he almost has to like disable the comments, which is that more of a defeat as well. That sounds like an L. He's never been in this type of situation in his career. Yeah, he's had moments where people call him corny or this or whatever, and there's always people that go to say something here and there, but like he's always been like almost like untouchable, you know. And now it's like Kendrick knocked you out, and your next two offerings wasn't really up to par. I want to say his last 3 songs that he's dropped have more dislikes than they have likes, and that's a first for him. You know, that's crazy, and who knows what happens and who knows what how his career recovers and stuff like that. This is like still the guy. He is still the #1 rapper. Like looking at the numbers and looking at all that stuff, obviously. But it's gonna be interesting to see how he pivots and how he, like what do you do next? You know, it's crazy. Not to say he lost that battle. I don't want the comments to go wild, obviously. But as far as numbers, he's still like the number one guy. But yeah, crazy.
Also, wearing those baggy-ass denim jeans in
The
the
tight-ass
Houston,
shirt.
Texas heat is certainly a choice. Like, yes, Drake, we know you got swamp ass. And somehow, even a month later, Drake's biggest fans are still coping and scrambling for...
Yo, man. OVO act, man. And OVO Mall, who almost had like an aneurysm on his podcast defending Drake. Voice cracking and crying and everything.
For him, trying to make up false narratives. Several of his biggest dick rider pages have attempted to get these stories off the ground, claiming that Kendrick also used ghostwriters in the past. You know, after they were embarrassed
Well, he was a ghostwriter.
by all those different reference
Oh, not even ghostwriter. He was credited on these records.
tracks.
Even to this credit, I feel like you're still battling these ghostwriting rumors and this type of thing.
I pulled my weight when it came to my pen. It wasn't like I needed somebody to facilitate, entire ideas. We worked together. Anybody that knows me knows that my strongest talent is writing. And any song that really, really did damage for me.
I will say this. Of course, he writes a lot of his own stuff, but it's like, it's really hard to call yourself the best rapper ever when it's some of your biggest records we're now finding out you didn't write. It sucks, but that's rap, as far as an entertainer and an artist, like, there's no conversation to be had about who's like the biggest and stuff like that. But when you're talking about, all right, who's the better rapper, it's lyrics and writing your rhymes and stuff like that. There's collaboration and stuff like that. Like, if a rapper takes a hook, it's really not seen as a big deal. I mean, they all do it. But yeah, when you're hearing like one-to-one remakes, basically karaoke tracks, that's where the issue is.
I've wrote every single lyric.
Stick these niggas, stick these bitches. Hire shoot, you ready these bitches.
Corey did
But
snap.
in the end, these attempts were a failure, as it was quite obvious that Kendrick was the one making reference tracks for other people. In this situation, it was specifically for fellow TDE member J-Rock,
J-Rock,
and there was also this page trying to say that Jhené Aiko wrote a verse for Kendrick as well, but this was also quickly debunked with a simple Google search of that song. Like, she literally went back and made her part of the song better after Kendrick sent his verse. I don't know, it's just hilarious to me that these people who are trying to defend Drake always end up in turn making Kendrick look even better.
Yeah.
And it's like he hasn't even had to say anything for over a month and he's still...
The only time you've heard from him is like from music. You know what I mean? So yeah, the dude is focused, man.
Somehow winning. In terms of more behind the scenes intel,
and he's definitely keeping a level of mystery, which is crazy in this climate when everyone wants to know everything.
Wilson, who has been Drake's very trusted friend for years, like he gave him that exclusive interview, now took to the Joe Budden podcast to say this.
Nigga send me a rat emoji. Because I think he started to think like Venice, like Kendrick's in Venice, you're in Venice, like.
But you so thirsty, you not concerned with investigation. Instead, you in that Venice studio, it's a celebration.
So I had to view it like I'm just really against him. So when he dropped Family Matters, it was just like, I was like, yo, you dropping this tonight? He'd be back like, yeah, whatever, LOL, like, da-da-da. And then he sent me a rat emoji. And I'm like, I hit him with the 50 Cent. I was like, what the shit me for? Like, blah, blah. Like, I didn't like that shit. Don't send me a fucking rat emoji.
So by him...
He old head. He would take that way more seriously than yeah. But yeah, man, who the fuck wants to receive a rat emoji, bro? Fuck out of here.
Sending Elliot that emoji, obviously that's his way of calling him a rat, and it's also alluding to the idea that he was the mole in his camp that he swore he did not have on the Heart Part 6. And not only is he admitting that there's a mole in his camp, a double agent...
Not like he was I bet you these people send like these tracks to influencers like just to see what the temperature is like, So like Elliot was definitely not the only one that knew about this,
if you will, but he still does not know who...
Imagine Ak is feeding the info and he's just like covering his ass by being super Drizzy Glazer.
Who it is, and that's apparently not even the only person who Drake has problems with behind the scenes, as Akademiks would let us in on a little secret that there's another massive rapper in the game who has collaborated with Drake in the past on a massive hit, who also hates him.
Gotta be Travis, I don't think it's 21. Like Travis is the one that makes the most sense. Like Drake, I want to say, has been linked to like to Kylie, you know? So like it could be that. I doubt it's 21, but you never know. Imagine Lil Yachty hates him or something. I mean, who would really care about that one? But like, yeah. But if like a Travis or a Twitter, now if 21 was the guy, that would blow up the internet.
Yo, I found out Drake has an op that none of us know. That is a huge rapper that we all think is his friend. I mean, some of y'all have guessed it. Like, is he and him cool? But we're like, no, they got big records together. No, that nigga hates him too. I'm like, what?
So of course everyone speculated that was Travis Scott.
Yeah. The thing is, these people see a use in you, so they'll like maintain a fake front and behind your back talk the most shit, you know? So like that stuff, it's like industry friends. That stuff doesn't really surprise me. But yeah, that'd be crazy if it was Travis.
Who obviously has sicko mode under his belt, where Drake has an iconic verse. Look, all I'm saying is don't be surprised when we see other rappers now start popping off and taking shots at
It's crazy. I want to say most of the time they playing Drake's verse on that one too.
Drake while he's at his most vulnerable that we've seen him since the Pusha T diss. Lastly, Drake would also release that garbage parody of Hey There Delilah, which was...
I know he was trying to get people to like laugh with him instead of laugh at him, but it was definitely the wrong move. Like I said, almost any move probably would have been the wrong move, but that was the worst move.
Just god-awful. Like, I don't even care if it's a parody. Seeing people like Maul try and put his cape on to defend this shit of a song is hilarious.
Why wouldn't we like this with a little bit of, you know, drill sprinkled into it a little bit?
He was a clown.
Where's the drill?
There's no drill, Maul. It's an acoustic guitar. A little bit.
But I want to know what you guys think about these updates in the situation down below. Do you think that Drake will ever mention Kendrick by
Act talking about him going down to that Juneteenth concert, the Kendrick and Friends concert. I definitely think it's just farming for engagement. He'd be crazy to go down there. If he does, he should be masked up, or like how Kendrick said, like helmeted up like Daft Punk. But like, yeah, that'd be a crazy move. It's definitely for engagement because you know you're gonna get clicks on stuff like that. Act 2. Act said he wanted to go, or he was asking if he should go down and live stream. I don't know. I know they'll be in VIP, but like, yeah, man, just like before and after the show, that's when shit really goes down. You're gonna be out and about in the city, and these fans take these like beefs literally, like as if you harm one of their homies. Yeah, it doesn't take much, but just like honestly, guys, just stick this one out. Just stay at the crib and watch a live stream of it or something like that, or watch some highlights later. I don't feel like it's worth like the risk. Like, not even to say that Kendrick or Kendrick's people are gonna do anything. But I think it's like, it's the fans, it's people on the outside. Yeah, people have loyalty to these artists, like, crazy.
My name on a song ever again, or do you think he would just stick to the subliminals? I really think that he realized he was not built for this, and you know someone like Kendrick still has several more tricks under his belt.
Bro, fam, Kendrick probably got like 5-6 more tracks waiting in the tuck, ready to go for whatever situation may play out.
If Drake does want to take it there. Either way, I do want to thank you guys for watching today's video, dropping a like and subscribing, but as you guys know, it's been your boy the Tan Superman, and some other rap news out here needs to be covered, so I'm out.
Yeah, man. It's been a rough year for your boy Drake. Oh, man, and it's looking like, honestly, he hasn't recovered it probably even mentally. It's going to be interesting to see how he, like, pivots. I don't know how he's going to do it, because almost any move he pulls off, it's going to get clowned. I think him jumping on the record with Sexy Red right away on the BBL Drizzy beat, the BBL Drizzy beat part, that was kind of cool. But like the fact that he used Sexy Red after they were basically clowning him for jumping on records with her and thinking, y'all too bad bitches and stuff like that is wild. I don't think that was a smart move. And the whole parody thing, yo, bro, supposedly you were like not clearing certain other verses. That was one you probably should have at least put a pause to for at least a few months. And maybe even drop it simultaneously with like a video where it's like the intention is clear. It's like some SNL shit. Like we've done like funny clips like that before, and maybe it's received differently. But right away after this crazy beef, after you like bowed out on record and everything, it just doesn't look good for you, you know? And again, the dude is still the most successful art. No, Taylor would probably have something to say about that. But the dude has been on top for a very long time, and this is definitely unfamiliar ground. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think he pivots from this? What do you think is Kendrick's next move? Are you guys anticipating his album? I for sure the fuck am. I think it's gonna be a classic. Let me know in the comments, guys. Guys, we're closing in on 1K. Probably by the time this video comes out, who knows? We might be past it. But I want to thank you guys so much. You guys have been freaking awesome. It's been super motivating, and like the dialogue these videos create is freaking dope. So yeah, hope you guys dug the video, and I hope to see you guys soon. Crazy. Dude out here not looking the same, man. It's crazy. Not one smile. Oh, yo, wild.